All right, hey Jim, let's talk a little bit about wearable technology and wireless charging. Before we get started, what wearables do you use?
Well, when I work out, I have my Polar chest strap. It's pretty old, but I use that for monitoring heart rate.
Yep.
I also have my earbuds to listen to music while I work out. So
Okay. And the original wearable on your wrist right now.
and my original
The time
wearable.
teller.
So, yep.
Yep. Does it do any tracking of your laps or anything really sophisticated?
This really, my Polar wristwatch can do that, but mostly I've been doing that on the treadmill as we've been going through, mostly I've been spending that in basement time, so.
Gotcha. So yeah, I wear, I think, pretty basic stuff too. So I wear the Whoop strap every day, 24/7, which has been, I've been doing that for about 2 years, and it's really been impactful for me. Personally, I wear AirPods a lot, whether it's conference calls or like taking a run. And I'm sure there's other ones that I wear from time to time, but the ones that I really want to focus on, because Apple just had an announcement about their new AirPods, which look really cool, have a lot of great features in them, and they're shorter stem, they kind of fit more seamlessly in to your daily life. There's just this problem that I see with wearables right now, which is they're supposed to be seamlessly part of your daily life. Oftentimes they're geared towards working out, and when I'm working out, I'm sweating. When I'm working out, I might be in a pool with chlorine. I might be playing a sport where there's a lot of dirt, and you can't wash these things. And a friend of mine said that I would never wear the same hat to work that I wear working out at the gym. That's disgusting. Yet we wear our AirPods almost, in meetings at the gym. And so why can't I wash these things?
Yeah, because there's, depending on how it's designed, it has limitations due to whatever circuitry or whatever mechanical components they put inside of that can allow water to come inside. So
Okay.
they actively give, the rating system and for the
Like what
iPads.
kind of rating system?
In the case of the Apple products, for the earbuds, it's the IPX, so it goes from IPX 0 to, I think it's IPX 8 here. The earbuds, the Apple AirPods are at IPX 4, which
Okay.
really, you can get water splashed on them, but you don't want to drop it in the sink with water in there. That could ruin it just because you'd have too much water ingress into the device.
Okay.
Once electronic components get wet on the inside, it takes a real long time for them to dry out, and a lot of times stuff is powered on the inside anyway, so you develop short circuits, you can burn components out, and so it's a real hit or miss thing. So
Yeah, and it's very dangerous, I think, for things like batteries
Yep.
to get water on them. So you think Apple just doesn't want them to be waterproof? Or you think they want them to be waterproof and there's a reason they're not doing it yet?
Well, it's funny because the recent iPhones were more waterproof
Yep.
than the AirPods, which
I
are
think they're
recently
IP68, is that right?
IP68,
Okay.
yeah, so that can be submerged, but it's funny because the AirPods, which you're using much more physically close to your body and are getting a lot more, grosser with daily usage, you have to be a lot more careful with those.
Yeah, okay. So the basics to me are there's these pogo pins, these compression pins. So when you push an AirPod down into the case, it pushes down on two little gold-looking buttons, and that pushes it down, and that's where the water can get into these packs. And one of the things that we saw in working with the company Whoop on their new Whoop 4.0 is they used to use pins, but they've gone away from pins on the new 4.0, and what that's allowed them to do is have an IP68 rating, like you mentioned the iPhone does, on the battery pack and on the strap itself. So now when I wear my Whoop for workouts, I know that I can actually wash this thing. I can actually run it under water. I can actually put soap on it. It's not gonna ruin the device. It's not gonna get in there. So it doesn't have to get disgusting and smelly and all that type of stuff, which I think all wearables should go that way. Or unless there's a reason that they can't, but is there a reason that earbuds and Fitbits and Garmin's and stuff, they can't go in that direction?
Well, if they decide to use pogo pins, they tend to
Sure.
have a problem. That's one thing I love about Whoop is actually designed to be used in the shower too,
Yep.
where these other devices really can't be, and
Yep.
so they don't go that extra mile to
Yep.
figure out ways of solving the problem.
Yeah, and so in the case of Whoop, you can wear it 24/7. In fact, that's a huge value prop in my opinion. You wear it 24/7. It does this amazing detection of not only your workouts but your recoveries. With these other devices, you're forced to take them off because you can't submerge them, you can't use them in certain environments, and as we started with, you can't clean them. So I think that in a few years, what we're going to see is that all these are cleanable. Pogo pins are a legacy technology that has just been removed from these devices. But I look forward to the day where AirPods and Pixel Buds and all these other devices are just able to be cleaned so that we don't have to wear nasty, dirty, grimy, hats that we work out with into the office and around our friends as well. We can have nice, clean, crisp wearables and really make them a part of our seamless everyday living.
Oh, absolutely. My biggest problem is, it's amazing how grimy something that you work out on can get. And, we all remember our high school locker room days,
Oh my
right?
gosh. The hockey locker room was like the worst place.
Yeah. And stuff really needs to be washed. It needs to be cleaned. And the electronics now, which are becoming wearable, need to be able to keep up with that. Whoop's done an amazing job understanding they have a 24/7 device that is capable of doing that. And they push to that extra level to make it happen. I think the Apples and some of these other companies need to follow suit and really eliminate the pogo pins because that's really one of their biggest sources of water ingress.
Yep. And they're not easy to manufacture either, which is not, we'll talk about that another time. So there's not a lot of advantages to them either.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks, Jim. Here's to cleaner wearable technology in the future.
Yeah, thank you.